been injured in an accident, one thing leads to another. Your injury leads to treatment. Treatment leads to hospital bills. Bills lead to debt. Debt leads to stress. The advocates can help relieve that stress. Having an advocate attorney on your side leads to faster resolutions, fair outcomes, and a peaceful recovery for you. You deserve an advocate.
This is The Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find The Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Hey, The Monty Show live on, is it really only Wednesday? June 10th, 2026. As always, we are presented by the Advocates at theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys, 24/7, 365. That's right. Whenever you need an attorney, whenever you need them, wherever you need them, do you need them on a phone call, a video call? Maybe you're in the hospital. The Advocates are ready to serve you 24/7, 365 at theadvocates.com. And listen, as I've said every day, we are now in the 100 deadliest days of the year. Please slow down. There's a lot more people on the road, a lot more things going on. Maybe the kids are in the car a lot more than you're used to because they're out of school and you're going to get lunch and the kids are screaming and the phone's ringing. You got to get rid of the distractions. And if the worst happens, get the best at theadvocates.com, where you never reach into your pocket to pay the advocates, because you don't pay the advocates unless and until they win your case. At theadvocates.com. Another day, and Brendan Sorsby is still a victim. And I know it's uncouth. I know that we're supposed to have empathy and sympathy. I have none for Brendan Sorsby. And I think that's part of this overall conversation with Brendan Sorsby and Texas Tech that has clearly put Texas Tech on an island. And clearly has Texas Tech isolated from the rest of the college athletics world, frankly. You're looking at a meeting today in the Big Ten where it is very likely the Big Ten is going to make a decision not to schedule Texas Tech, not just in football, but in any sport. That is a very real possibility. And all of this over an average-ass quarterback. And again, I think that is the number one head scratcher. I understand why Texas Tech is taking the stand they're taking. They think that they're the disruptors, and they think that we're just going to put a thumb in the NCAA's eye and we're going to show them Cruz Cantwell is the way. None of that is relevant. None of that is relevant. Cody Campbell's ego and his arrogance is absolutely damaging Texas Tech today. There's no other way to spin it. And yes, I put this 100% on Cody Campbell. Cody Campbell's the law at Texas Tech. If he were to say, yeah, we can't play Brendan, he gambled, we're going to support him. Addiction Institute, education, we're going to support him. He just can't play football for us. This would not be happening. And again, I'm just going to point out Brendan Sorsby's ass. Brendan Sorsby's ass. He's not a great quarterback. 48th quarterback in college football last year. Baron Morton was 49. And you're telling me this guy's worth all that? I don't think he is. And again, this meeting with the Big 12 athletic directors, where they all essentially got together in agreement with the exception of one buddy from Texas Tech. Every other athletic director in the league agreed Brendan Sorsby should not be playing football for Texas Tech. Was there a decision on what to do going forward? No. But today, and as we first reported over the weekend, emergency meetings were going to be had, right? And I guess that was Monday. Emergency meetings were going to be had Tuesday and Wednesday. Today, it's all the presidents in the league, the guys with real teeth. And I think by the end of the week, you're going to get a course of action from the Big 12. And I do believe the prevailing course of action based on people I've spoken to is that people in this league don't want to play Texas Tech as long as Brendan Sorsby's on that team. And I think if he plays a game, Texas Tech the damage will be irreversible. You will not be able to fix it. I think Texas Tech will be isolated and on an island for a very long time, and this will 100% be Cody Campbell's fault. This is all self-inflicted.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that there's no other way around that. I mean, if you're going to continue to have this stance and to put yourself in a position where you're going against everybody else, I just don't understand the point of it. I don't understand why continue to take this path. That's what I don't get. And I think that Cody and Tech and that whole group just seemingly from the onset really have had this kind of, I guess, agenda, if you want to call it that, but strategy at a minimum of really getting after people and having this kind of us against the world sort of mentality. And that was fine when it was just us talking about winning the conference. That was completely fine. But ultimately we're in a place where they're in danger here. At some point, you are going to go too far. At some point, there is going to be, you're going to get to a place where there is no coming back. And I don't know exactly where that is, but certainly, there's a line in the sand somewhere. And I feel like you start hearing things like, emergency meetings and people getting together to talk about, what they're going to do about this. They can hurt you. And the judge saying the NCAA, can't punish you does not preclude you from punishment from the conference, right? It doesn't preclude you, from punishment from leadership inside the Big 12 or other conferences not wanting to play you. So I just think that they need to be real careful about just how much they fight this in the coming weeks.
Well, and I think two things are going to be very interesting that I would encourage you to pay attention to, because I also think it's hysterical that Texas Tech fan yesterday in the comment section was like, there's nothing they can do. They can't touch us. So they'll be in violation. They won't be in violation. They will not. One, if athletic departments boycott Texas Tech, that is not in violation of a court order. This court order applies strictly and solely to the NCAA. It does not apply to the Big 12, the Big 10, the SEC. It also does not apply to the college football playoff, which I think is going to, we're never going to get there. But I will again say, especially after talking with some folks yesterday, I don't believe that Brendan Sorsby ever plays a game at Texas Tech, because there's a lot of people who believe he's already talking about falling on the sword here, actually doing the right thing, which is not what Cody Campbell does ever. But if he were to play games, I think what you would see is that the college football playoff would not put Texas Tech into the tournament. And I think we're never going to get there. We are never going to get there. But mark my word, if they were to play, I think that is absolutely, if they were to play him, that's on the table. I think if Texas Tech is to play Brendan Sorsby, nobody will play Texas Tech. Teams will not play them. And I think that's ultimately what would happen. I also think the other thing that Texas Tech Buddy needs to understand is that this also is a big deal going forward. This is not just this coming season. The ethics of these folks, nobody said that these are smart people when it comes to athletics. But you have to remember who you're dealing with. You're dealing with people that especially at the presidential level, that are in higher education. You're not dealing with football cretin. This isn't an Ed Ogeron discussion, right? This is a discussion amongst academics, and they take ethics very seriously. And I think when you look at the damage that Cody Campbell is doing to Texas Tech, and he is doing real tangible damage to the reputation of that university, in my opinion, it is going to be long lasting, because I think you're going to see people are just not going to schedule Texas Tech. Period. Like, the idea that we are even having these conversations is repulsive to a lot of people.
As it should be.
And the very fact that Texas Tech, and my belief is Texas Tech is only doing this to be the disruptor in the room. I do things differently. I do what I want. Here's my wallet. Check out my billions. That's what Texas Tech is doing. And it just, who are you impressing with this? Who are you flexing on right now? You're like, and I think a lot of Texas Tech fans, and granted, I think a lot of Texas Tech fans are getting terrible messaging. But the truth be told, Texas Tech fan is standing up and saying, look how tough we are. We won. What have you won? Who are you flexing on?
A question we've been asking for, the whole offseason. And that question, it's funny that question now has different meaning, given the fact that we're asking that about the Sorsby thing, not necessarily you winning the Big 12. That's the funny part. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I really have no idea. I think that Texas Tech fan is just absolutely, up in the night with defending their school and what, just the angle that they're playing. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what it looks like, or how this all plays out, because I don't understand why you're doing this over Brendan Sorsby. I don't understand it. Do you really think that Brendan Sorsby is worth all of this? And I just keep asking. And obviously we all look at his film from last year very differently now. The interceptions that he threw, there are some really questionable, at best, questionable decisions in a lot of these interceptions. I just don't know. I just don't know what you say about that. I really don't. I don't know. That's what I think. And the thing that I struggle with is that wrong button. The thing that I struggle with is that I don't know why we're doing this. That's the thing that I don't understand. Why are we doing this? What is the win? And Texas Tech fan, I am talking specifically to you. What is the win here? Like, you're not national championship good. I think a lot of people agree with that. Now, you just need to get into the tournament and give yourself an opportunity to play those games. Totally agree with that. Is Brendan Sorsby the guy you want to die on a hill for? Is this, again, I just ask, is this, who's the best quarterback in college football? Is he that guy? Is this Julian Sand? Is this CJ Carr? Is this even Arch Manning? No, it's not. And that's why you're destroying an institution. And my belief is that Brendan Sorsby will keep them out of the college football playoff if they allow him to suit up. And I went in the comments section. Do you believe that the college football playoff should, because I also want you to understand this ruling, because I think Texas Tech fan does not understand this in any way, shape, or form. This ruling prevents and bars the NCAA from taking action currently or anytime in the future against Texas Tech or Brendan Sorsby. This does not preclude any institution. This does not preclude any conference. This does not preclude the college football playoff that is wholly operated outside of the NCAA. They are unaffiliated with the NCAA. And I guess people in West Texas, you're so focused on getting the oil out of the ground, boy, that you don't understand that the college football playoff is not owned and operated by the NCAA. You get that. It's a completely different entity. Is it affiliated with, are they in business together? Maybe. But as a legal entity, if this ever got to the court of law, the college football playoff is a completely separate operation from the NCAA. They can take action. The conferences can take action. The universities can take action. And the biggest issue is if Brendan Sorsby ever plays a game at Texas Tech, their ability to operate and have partnerships going forward is going to be crippled. And they're being told that. That's the thing that I hope everybody in Lubbock understands. I get it that you guys feel empowered. I get it that you feel like you're a badass. I get it that you feel like, again, Cody Campbell's a disruptor. Sure, all that's true. Neat. You're crippling yourself. You're crippling yourself, Texas Tech fan. It's as simple as that. And I don't understand for what or for who. Because you have Will Hammond just sitting there. You have a guy that is frankly quite capable of performing at or above Brendan Sorsby's level in Will Hammond. And you're still selling your soul. Tell the devil we said hello. For a guy that's not better than Will Hammond. That's the part that is amazing. He's not even the best quarterback on your roster. And somehow you're willing to sell your soul so that Brendan Sorsby can play football for you. You're never getting away from what Cody Campbell said. We are excited and happy to pay Brendan Sorsby $5 million. Or the money that he is owed. It's like, I think it's $4.6 million is being reported. We're excited and happy to pay him the money. Really? You're excited and happy to pay him the money? That's what Cody Campbell said. The disruptor.
Me and his money.
The disruptor. I guess Jake is back now. The disruptor. You're just happy to pay him the money. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I understand that Texas Tech fan is passionate about it, and Texas Tech fan wants what they want. But I'm telling you now that this is not something where you should be throwing your hands up as though this is just some big thing, because I am telling you this is terrible. This is terrible for Texas Tech, and this will come back to get you.
Yeah, and I think that everybody had concerns about the Super League yesterday, or the new entity and the damage you're doing to relationships and things like that, and what the long-term implications will be. But I don't think, I think the thing that Texas Tech is not considering is what they could be doing to improve the situation. You know, they're just solely committed to their play, and it's just as easy as saying I made a mistake. And that's the pride piece that for whatever reason these guys just don't want to work with. And I really don't like. I would almost understand it more coming from I guess more of a juggernaut of a program. You know, if we were talking about, you know, Bama or, you know, whatever it might be, this might be a little bit of a different situation. You know, I saw a lot of people yesterday saying, oh, well, you know, it's so funny, the Georgia AD, and, look at, all the SRT issues, and this is rich. But ultimately, again, it's crazy to say it, because I do agree, like, putting people's lives in danger speeding is not a great look. And obviously it's kind of a ridiculous thing to be doing. But gambling in sports is a bigger cardinal sin than anything Georgia has done. That's kind of the crazy part when you look at Texas Tech in their desire to deflect and not just say what's going on here. Like, it is worse than that, which is pretty crazy. And I guess the question really is, what's going to have to take place for Texas Tech to acquiesce? What's going to have to take place for Texas Tech to be like, yeah, maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe, maybe we need to, maybe we just need to say, hey, made a mistake here. Let's put a bow around this thing and move along and start pushing Will Hammond highlights out. Like, that's the thing. That's what I'm curious about for these guys. What will it take for you to say this isn't worth it?
Yeah, I think, again, my belief is Brendan Sorsby never plays for Texas Tech. I think cooler heads won't prevail. I think they will be forced to not play him. And I think this is a big reason why. Because, and again, I know that Google and Google AI is tough for you guys in West Texas, but you should check out who owns and operates the college football playoff, because it's not the NCAA.
Google me.
It's not the NCAA. They are not beholden to this court ruling. And neither is the conferences, and neither are the schools. So, I don't know. Would you, if you were the college football playoff, would you keep them out?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to. I don't know that you have much of a choice if it gets to that point, because you can't. The big issue here is integrity of the game. That's the soul killer of college football.
Yeah.
And I agree that there are a lot of things that you can do as a football player that will get you suspended, or garner you discipline or things like that. But there's nothing quite like bringing the integrity of the game into question that will get you in deep trouble to the point where you can't fix it. So if you're the committee, I would leave them out, because how are you going to be doing a selection show, let's say, and Texas Tech comes up, and you're just not going to talk about this? You're just not going to bring it up. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I think is interesting. And I really think if you take a second and think about the position the committee would be in at the end of this year, the decision that the Big 12 makes now after today's meetings, like if the Big 12 after today's meetings comes out and says, yeah, you know what, like the presidents and basically everybody in the Big 12 has decided that we're boycotting Texas Tech, or whatever verbiage they're going to use. We're not going to play Texas Tech due to these issues. And then the Big Ten comes out and says they're not going to play Texas Tech.
Do you think that happens?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a really good chance. Yeah, I think that the presidents and the ADs and head coaches, like, I think people are really upset about this, man. I think people are genuinely, in their hearts, like, really pissed about this. And I do believe that there are some people who ride the fence more than others, meaning, some people in the Big 12, I think, are saying, well, I don't really blame Texas Tech for trying to do what's best for them, but we can't be seen to be doing business with, it's like the Dark Knight situation, right? We can't be seen to be doing business with whatever it is you're accused of doing. Well, in this case, it's gambling. So I don't know how, if you're the committee, you put them in if they're in that position, because I do think that's still a big if.
Yeah, I think it's a huge if. Do you think he ever plays for Texas Tech?
Yeah, I mean, I do think they're going to do everything they can. Yeah, I think that I agree with your sentiment about like, man, it's going to be really hard for him to see the field. But if we just go along the offseason here and they just try to find their way through all these teams boycotting them and all that, like, and they're just that committed to it, like, yeah, I could see him playing. But that's what brings me back to this same question, not to be repetitive. What will it take? How much pressure needs to be applied for Tech and Cody Campbell to say, yeah, it's just not worth it anymore, man.
If you have entire conferences, if the Big Ten and the SEC come out publicly and say, we are not going to schedule Texas Tech, in which, who is it? Nebraska and Georgia have both said, we will not schedule Texas Tech going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if the entirety of the Big Ten and the SEC are like, yeah, you guys showed us who you are. We're not going to schedule them going forward. As an entire conference, can you imagine that going forward? I can't even, looking at their future schedule, I can't even imagine how you would operate. It's crippling. When you look at and Texas Tech ain't exactly playing a home run schedule to begin with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's not confuse who they have. But if you look at some of their future schedules, like their 2027 schedule, they don't have anybody of note outside the conference on their schedule at this point. New Mexico is on their schedule, right? So you look at 2028, they don't really hit, but they have Stephen F. Austin and the Wyoming Cowboys. Like, they don't have a schedule moving forward. 2029, the UIW, who the Cardinals and Missouri State Bears, right? They have no leverage. And don't they, it is Arkansas. It is Arkansas. In 2030, they have Arkansas at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. In 2030. So it'll be interesting. You can continue to play these little cupcake schedules, and we can sit here and we can make jokes about Abilene and Oregon State because that's their out of conference games. But if you listen to the folks and you listen to people talking about Texas Tech, there was only one AD yesterday. And I guess I'm not surprised it's TCU. I guess I'm not surprised. I guess. But you listen to, Mike Buddy is the only one in his last name. I'm not calling him. Anyway, listen to how soft he is. Get Buddy some Viagra.
History has taught me, Jay, that for about 72 hours after crazy things happen, you probably just need to take a deep breath and think on things, not respond emotionally. But I certainly understand why people would say we're not going to compete against Texas Tech and the way the current form of competition is. I'm not going down that road. I mean, I think competition is really good. And to be honest with you, Texas Tech has been really good for the Big 12. They've had some great teams. We just have to get back to kind of some semblance of community.
Oh,
man.
Community.
Thoughts and prayers, brother.
Man, I wonder if he seems like a demon guy, and I'm going to guess he took an intensive.
Buddy was buddy tonight.
You're soft as hell, dude. Hey, listen, I understand it's all money. Damn it, James. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, look at that. Wow. Calford gives 50 Marty show memberships. Appreciate that, my guy. Thank you, Calford. That's a huge gift. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
How did everybody pick them? Yeah. Wow. A lot of people picked them up. Dudes, if you don't have a membership at this point, how are we getting people banned in the Pac-Man Frog 88?
Yeah, it was emojis, I think. Emojis.
If you guys comment all emojis, the Google gods are going to get you. All right, let's get your comments in here. TJ,
Hey, Jarhead.
Good morning. I don't think he'll ever play, so I don't think it matters. I tend to agree with that. Frog Father, hello. Good to see you, Frog Father. Michael, hit that like button for Happy Hump Day. Ho, ho. Is it already Wednesday or is it only Wednesday?
It's only Wednesday. Definitively, it's only Wednesday.
Yeah, this has been an ass rot week. This has not been.
Yeah.
This week has been a grind. I cannot wait to get this real estate stuff over with. I'm taking the Hawaii real estate exam on the 22nd, which is less than 2 weeks now. It's 12 days away. Mm-hmm. I can't wait for that to be done. Like that is eating brain cells in my head right now.
How are we feeling about it? We've seen your story pictures. It seems like you're doing well.
I'm gonna fail. I don't know. Don't play
intramurals, brother.
Spider tack that, right? Like I don't know what I'm gonna.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't know quite. I don't quite know how to answer that, to be honest.
It's an old question.
I think I'll pass. I'm really good. Listen, I'm really good on contracts. Mm-hmm. I'm really good on ownership. I need to you guys don't get it, but there's certain types of ownership, like it's called joint tenancy versus tenancy in common. I need to get tuned up on that. Good morning, fellas. Everyone hit the like button. Yes, please. Corey, hello. How about those Carolina Hurricanes?
Good Lord.
Carter Hart might want to learn to catch a hockey puck. A terrible goal given up. A terrible goal. Let me get this right. You miss an empty net, and then you come back and give Stahl a gimme goal. That should easy save for most goaltenders. And now instead of taking full control of the series, now we have a series. And I believe that's heading back to Carolina.
It is.
So good luck. Good luck. Matt Ritson, hello. Rodney Durrett.
Rod.
Hey, Rod. Nice Rod, Durrett.
Oh.
They cannot punish Texas Tech or Sorsby.
Who's Sorsby? Oh, that Brandon. That's who you're rep.
Brandon Espy.
Yes.
Okay. He is legal to play in any NCAA sanctioned game. Actually, that's not true.
Yeah, that's just
if they do, they go against the judge's ruling. It's not you're so I'm gonna guess you're a Texas Tech fan. Okay, so the NCAA is forbidden from taking action. The Big 12 is not. Singular universities are not. The college football playoff is not. The ruling is specifically, it binds the hands of the NCAA. It does not do that to anybody else. Does not do that. Kenneth Maynor. Hello. Go Canes. Yes, indeed. Happy for you. There's going to be some John Summerall tape coming up.
Yes.
Jake's going to have a Diddy party for his guy. Anytime Brokeback Buddy speaks, Jake just gets so excited.
Just swole, dude.
Morning, Monty, popping cherries, and Jakey two shakes. Hello.
Morning.
Chewy. NCAA can't be punitive, but the 12 SEC, Big Ten, and CFP committee can. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Sup from Saipan.
What
do you do? Saipan. Okay. Rock and Rant College Football Playoff Committee has to put them in if they win the Big 12 championship. It's not an option for them.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I'd be saying that, dude.
And yet.
And we were saying that.
Again, I don't think we'll ever get there. I don't think we'll ever.
Listen, let me put it to you this way. If he's on the field, somebody will take him off the field. I do believe that. I think that because the thing that people aren't talking about at all with this is how players feel. So you can't tell me there's not players on other teams who are pissed about this, you know? And that's the thing that I think is kind of hard to measure. And I also think it's hard to measure just how much a opposing head coach would push his team to take out your quarterback given the situation. So for his sake, I hope he never sees the field.
So Marcus says he's listening to the show while shaving. And so it's playing currently on his iPhone. And his wife heard me say Brokeback Buddy, and she wants an explanation.
Here, wait, let me hey Monty, what does Brokeback Buddy mean?
I don't know. I don't know if I don't quite know how to answer that, to be honest.
Yeah, no. Hero 75. Can Texas Tech go to the Big 12 championship game if everyone forfeits against them? I hope not. And if so, rules need to be changed. It's very interesting. What's in the best interest of the Big 12? Well, if Cody Campbell, tries to holster that thing and just sits Brendan Sorsby down.
Right.
That would be best for everybody. It would be best for everybody if Brendan Sorsby withdrew from Texas Tech and prepared for the NFL draft, because it ain't no NFL team going to take him in the supplemental draft.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that, because I think also that's part of this conversation that nobody's talking about. You can't tell me this is helping Brendan Sorsby's NFL case, because it's not. He's already got a mark on him for being a gambler. And who is going to spend a draft pick on a guy that is not a convicted, an admitted gambler?
That's the most incredible part.
On a prolific level. Right? Who's going to take a risk on him?
I wouldn't.
You tell me the Las Vegas Raiders would draft a guy? No, absolutely not. And the funny part is, like, you're absolutely right. Self-admitted. It doesn't deny what he did. And again, it brings us back to the point that you first brought up on Monday, which is, hey, this kid's not even that good. We're not talking about a Heisman level guy here. We're not talking about, we're not talking about a guy that you can bring in to be the face of your franchise. That's the most incredible part. I mean, again, if I said, hey, what does this guy project to in the league? A backup. Honestly, if you look at his skill set and the way he plays the game, he is probably a top end backup in the league. A guy that can definitely help you through a couple weeks of the season, can bridge the gap like we've seen so many times in the league. But you don't want him to be your face of the franchise, regardless of the gambling stuff. Just if you said, hey, Brandon Sorsby, Brandon, don't call me Brendan, whatever your name is. Hey, let's go, Brandon.
Yeah. Do you want him to be your franchise guy? Nobody would ever say yes to that. That's the crazy part.
Can you imagine somebody like the Las Vegas Raiders in the gambling mecca of the world taking Brendan Sorsby? No. Can you imagine a team that plays in Hammond, Indiana, the toxic waste center of the universe?
Hey, how about the Bengals in Cincinnati?
No. Yeah, he knows Great American Ballpark.
That's my point. He's familiar.
D-Rock Irish, good morning. Hello. I almost wore my Irish hoodie today, but I didn't want to be biased. Monty, hope you're right about regarding Sorsby.
Yeah, I mean, Sorsby is really a prolific figure.
Yeah. Chewy, Big 12 can sanction Texas Tech via bylaw 3.6.2.9.7.3, 1/4 of the southeast portion of page 7. That's a real estate reference. Ryan Duffy, selling your soul for one season is an awful strategy for your place at the table going forward.
Right? That's my point. Like, it's awful for Sorsby.
Over Brendan farking Sorsby.
Yeah.
Who is ass on his best day.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
terrible.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? What's wrong with the audio? Sounds choppy and robotic.
Yes. We had some technical difficulties on my side this morning. The mixer decided to mix, and I had to turn it off and turn it back on.
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
Utah ending UA deal. My sideline reporter says they're going with Adidas. I think it's going to be Nike. I think it's going to be Nike. You can't tell me that BYU's Nike deal doesn't appeal to Utah. I don't believe that for a second. Or
and if
excuse
Chewy's
me, Utah.
sideline reporter tells us that, I mean, it must be true. Like,
Utah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, Utah is walking away from. Do you guys understand that Under Armour is in a historic backslide?
Yes.
I think they're left with 6 teams now, including the beloved, who I tell you all the time. It sucks that the Irish are under the
be a Jordan brand school. Simple as
Under
that.
Armour. It really should. But I think Utah is going to end up at Nike. But Adidas and Nike are said to be battling for Utah. So we'll see where that ends up, but I'm glad it's over. I really am. Brown Eyes, hello. Honest question from Ryan Duffy. Honest question.
FTR.
Not dishonest.
FTR.
Not dishonest. Honest question. How can the committee keep Tech out if they win the Big 12 auto bid? I don't know.
Right, but
I don't have the answer to that question.
That's not going to happen. This will be Tech won't be in a position where they won the auto bid and got in through that. That's not. And the reason I say that's not going to happen is because one of two things will take place, right? The presidents will meet and the Big 12 will do whatever they're going to do, right? Certify them as not able to compete or whatever, or like they'll do what they're going to do to make it so Tech can't win the league and can't compete and won't play anybody. You know, that's path number one. Path number two would be the college football playoff committee saying, hey, even if you win the conference, we're not putting you in due to Sorsby and this situation. So the team that comes in, if Tech wins the league, the second place team will get the auto bid.
Right.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be a deal where it's like, you know, oh, they won the league. And that I think that's a very rare and small window. I think what's more likely is Tech getting an at-large bid of some kind, being ranked high enough, and, you know, and then the committee being like, hey, we're not putting you in. Like, that to me seems more logical. I again will say, I really hope that Cody Campbell puts his ego aside. Because you are wrecking, no pun intended, you are wrecking Texas Tech's reputation. And I agree with Viagra needing athletic director at Texas Christian University.
Length and girth.
I agree with Buddy when he says Texas Tech's done a lot of good things for this league. I don't think any of us argue that. Texas Tech's been very good for this league. This is on this. If he ever plays a game, hell, I think if you ever allow him to participate in a practice, it is going to do significant damage, because you've basically said, yeah, nobody cares that he gambled here. We don't, morals and ethics, we don't have any of those. Right? That's what I've been trying to tell people, and I understand Tech fan doesn't want to hear that, and I get it. Yeah. I totally get it. Texas Tech needs a Calford as a donor, not a Cody Campbell. Right. I agree with that, right? A positive, doing things on the up and up kind of donor. Do you guys see that? And I don't like to talk about how right I always am. But do you guys see how right I always am?
Present.
Do you guys, what I've said about Cody Campbell since all of his political stuff started. Right. He's a guy that is only a guy because he's got money. This guy. Do you guys understand that? Cody Campbell is not a skilled negotiator. He's not a skilled operator. And I'm talking about in the parlance of college sports. He's not a skilled operator. He's not a skilled negotiator. He's a guy who says, hey, look at my wallet. Now come to Lubbock and play football. Come to Lubbock and play softball. That's who he is. People only like Cody Campbell because he's rich. And you know what's funny to that point on the softball front? This just came out yesterday, actually. I meant to bring this up. Nigel Kennedy, the girl that Tech paid $1 million to, gets drafted in the pro league.
cannot come to an agreement on a contract in the pro league because she wants too much money. And I think that that's an unintended consequence, as we always say on the show, of Campbell's leadership. Hey, I'm going to pay, like Sorsby as just a perfect example of this, where, hey, Sorsby, you're making about $4.5 to $5 million at Tech this upcoming season. If you were ever to get to the NFL, you're not going to make anywhere near that. Like you're probably making $1 million and a half at, I would say.
And again, why is he fighting so hard to stay in college football?
Don't know.
Because he makes so much more money in college than he'll make in the NFL. I think Brendan Sorsby is well aware he's an average ass quarterback. I think he's well aware of that. And he is going to cash as many checks as he can.
Which in premise, I don't blame him for that.
No.
In premise, I don't blame him.
No, I don't blame him for that either. But is what it is. The Oklahoma State fan in the room. I believe the Big 12 should ban Sorsby from playing. I believe that Texas Tech should not make it go that far. Cody Campbell should pull the plug on Sorsby.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Yes, the CFP should rule Texas Tech ineligible if they play Sorsby. The Big 12 school, not Texas Tech at the top of the conference, should get that spot. I think you should not allow them into the college football playoff because they played an ineligible player. Regardless. See, and this is the thing also that Tech fan doesn't want to understand. Are there rules and laws that courts enforce? Yes. Are there norms and standards that your business partners enforce? Yes. Those are far more important than what a court says. If the college football playoff were to say Brendan Sorsby is ineligible and he played for Texas Tech, therefore we can't count any game that Brendan Sorsby played in, and teams boycotted Texas Tech because of Brendan Sorsby, so we're counting those as losses, you can't put him in.
Because remember, who's on that committee? And this is the other thing that, Tech fan doesn't want to talk about. The very same people who are leading these universities are on the college football playoff committee. That's what you guys don't think about, or that you don't want to digest. So the people that you've upset and spited and frustrated and pissed off are the ones that are going to be making this decision. And I understand that TCU Buddy is a little low key, and I appreciate that he had to walk the line. But just because you think that you need a sense of community and Tech's done some good for the league doesn't mean that he won't vote to not play them. And that's the thing in all of these different reactions that I think is interesting. The language and the verbiage that people are using is very targeted and poignant right now, right? Like, you're not just seeing people off the cuff talk about this. It's, hey, I had to wait 72 hours to take my emotion out of it, right? That's the same thing as saying, hey, like, yeah, it took me a couple days to cool off and not be pissed off about this to the point where I could actually talk about it and share my opinion on it. That's kind of what I took out of that clip. And when I listen to other people, comment on this, like, dude, the 180 switch up out of Paul Feinbaum on this topic is incredible, right? When it comes out, oh man, this is ridiculous, Sorsby's a victim. And then just yesterday coming out talking about how the college football world is against Texas Tech is just, the switch up is wild on this story, bro.
Yeah.
Could have been suspended for a couple of games, but to keep him out from the whole season, I think is wrong. And while what he did on paper, Greeny, is terrible, we're talking about the NCAA, the most hypocritical organization in the history of mankind, coming down on somebody for gambling while they have their own side gambling deals and while gambling is pervasive everywhere. So 3-game suspension, perhaps keeping him out for the whole season, is wrong.
Okay. Notable take. That was last week or 2 weeks ago. What about this week? What about yesterday?
Well,
College sports went to DEFCON 1 yesterday, Greeny, and that's rare because the sport has gone so low in so many different circumstances. But everyone but Texas Tech officials were in unanimous agreement that this is one of the worst rulings because forget whether college players get paid and all the things that go along with it. This is about the integrity of what happens on a Saturday afternoon. The statement yesterday from the Big 12 commissioner was interesting because he really didn't say anything. And I believe, Greeny, that Brett Yormark is probably the only one left that can stop this. He can declare the Sorsby ineligible. Yes, it would be litigated, but at least somebody would stand up. Until now, no one has really done anything, especially this court in Texas.
All of a sudden, somebody's got to do something.
Who's going to stand up to Texas Tech?
Listen, that little bald jerkwad, bless him. Paul Feinbaum obviously speaks for an audience and not for himself, but he's not wrong. He is not wrong. And ultimately, I think that's what's going to happen. The Big 12, because I've already told you guys this. And again, I don't like telling you guys how right I am. I don't take any joy in, telling you guys that stuff
that
like
motherfucker don't miss, man.
I'm amazing. And, but I told you that the Big 12 was not going to certify Brendan Sorsby for competition.
Do we get Brett Yormark on video at some point talking about this?
Yes.
Do you think that because he had, before this kind of exploded into the, crap storm that it is now, Brett had come out and done some interviews and talked about some different things as far as the Big 12 was concerned, and obviously wasn't talking about this. But since then, it's been pretty much all quiet on the Big 12 front outside of these two statements. And I just, it's really interesting to me the way these leagues operate. The SEC is this league that to me has the tightest relationships and the tightest bonds and moves the quickest on anything business related with the league, whether that's TV deals, discipline, handling the media with whatever. The Big Ten is always coming off as kind of messy, unorganized. Tony says things sometimes, other times he doesn't. Like, it's just kind of an unorganized show over there. The Big 12 then is this league that I feel like drags its feet a lot in response. But then when it does respond, it's like a perfectly crafted legalese statement that doesn't really say anything at all or make any type of impact on a situation. And then they just will roll up one day, like 2 weeks later, with a whole press conference about what they figured out. And that's kind of, to me, a really fascinating part of this conversation, because everyone's just focused on all these schools boycotting Tech.
Right.
But if you boycott Tech and through that process you handle it really poorly and this drags out or this takes a while, that's also not a great look for the league. Because I still maintain, like, the Big 12 as a league has damage control to do here overall. Like, you've got the Tech situation with Sorsby. Yes, that's on the front burner right now. But we're still waiting to figure out, like, how does private equity impact the league? Why did nobody else in the league really take the private equity deal that was offered to them? Right? Like, what's the Big 12's place in the new entity conversation as we move forward? Like, these are all things that are still actively going on, but they've all just seemingly been forgot about because Tech decided to go and sue, and we got this crazy court ruling. So I'm just telling you, it matters how you handle this stuff. Absolutely.
The Chad Carter, a big Michigan fan, says also, it's my 40th birthday. Shouldn't you all be focused on sending me a red Buffalo Bills jersey hoodie thing?
Big Daddy Magic.
I mean, we can get you a Michigan sweatshirt.
Big Daddy Magic, the heavyset one with the big gun with the sweet tongue.
Oh, we'll get to the airmen.
This is your beloved.
There is an epic Big Daddy Magic video today that talks about ovaries. But it's Chad Carter's 40th birthday.
Old head.
Should we pay to dig him a new well?
No, listen. BDM and that whole red hoodie experience, we're never doing that again. We like I told you not to do it, and then we did it, and now we've learned the lesson. We're not doing it again. So
that
we're
turned
not,
into a disaster.
Yeah, we're I'm sorry, man. We can't. It is what it is, bro.
Only if I'll send you a Michigan sweatshirt or a Jim Harbaugh Captain America t-shirt, maybe a JJ McCarthy jersey, you know. Got to be America's team. Chad Carter is a huge
Gotta be America's team.
Miami of Ohio fan.
What about a sign stealer guy shirt?
Sign stealer guy.
What do you think?
Yeah. Well, or we could send you a new vacuum. I'm sure the wife would love that.
Yeah.
You know. But regardless, happy birthday.
Okay, James, dude, you're not serious with this most recent comment.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bottom of the stack, most recent comment from James.
All the way at the bottom of the
You're
stack.
not serious that
you play BDM videos. I made a video saying you guys are right, but you won't play it. No, you're exact. That's correct. Yeah.
Dude,
well, I'm glad. Well, I'm glad that we're all on the same page.
It was 7 seconds. You didn't say anything in the video, dude. What are we supposed to play?
And no, I'm not playing videos, guy. That's not your role on the show. You make stupid ass comments that you can't back up, and then you bitch and moan about it, and people crush you. That's your role on the show, right? It's an intensive.
Brother, we literally asked you yesterday, why is everything about you? You said it wasn't, and here we are making it about you again.
Hi, this is James. Welcome back.
Everybody has a role to play on the show. If you send me a video of yourself shirtless and naked with a sports take, I won't watch it, let alone play it on the show.
And listen, anyone can send in videos. That's true. But the problem is, and what you can't get over is BDM has built a brand on sending in shirtless, profanity-laced videos that are funny.
Talking about his ovaries.
Yeah, I mean, that's the crazy part, dude. Like, I'm just telling you, like, you have work to do. And when you send us a 7-second video yesterday, like, that doesn't say anything, what am I supposed to? I'm not going to play that on the show, dude. Like, if you're going to send a video, it's got to be good. It's got to be
and I did play it on the show. Truth be told, I did play it on the show.
Monty did play it on the show. That's true.
Jackwagon, I did play it on the show. Chad Carter says, Jesus, please don't.
Yeah, Jesus ain't going to save you, dude.
Yeah, you're putting on that Michigan sweatshirt.
In God's name, image, and likeness.
James, was it 7-second cliffhanger? Everybody saw it. It's not about you right now. No, it's about Brendan Sorsby. Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Better send those refunds.
It's their show. That's right. James is one of a kind. Yes, he is. James, I try to protect you from you. He really does. You know, you just, yes, quicksand, James. Why is it always personal with you?
I personally believe that I should be able to send in a video that says nothing and you guys should play it.
No, you can't send in videos. That's not your role on the show. It's not your role on the show. BDM sends videos.
He's been doing it for years.
He does it pro wrestling style. He's a huge John Cena fan, right? That's why he does it. You know,
Timothy.
You know, I made the point that Hunter Deckers did far less and you never made the point.
You didn't. Dude, you must be trolling. Okay, you must be trolling with this comment, dude. Honestly. Because
it literally was a 7-second video. I gave you the benefit of the doubt and played it, and it was 7 seconds to the point where I thought my phone was malfunctioning.
Dude, James, stop, bro. Stop. I appreciate the $5 here. It is a 7-second video. No, I'm not playing it again. No, I'm not playing your.
We're not playing it again.
No, I'm not doing it. Like, I appreciate that you agree with us on Sorsby, but here's the problem, dude. You again, it's not on the record, mainly because nobody went back to your channel because you sent us a 7-second video yesterday that said nothing. And again, I appreciate that you interact with us and you try to make these videos, but I can't listen, as the guy that makes videos and streams and does this stuff, you either made a good video and it worked or you didn't. There is no grade of a C. It's either an A or it's an F. And yesterday's video, quite frankly, brother, was an F. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't know where else to go with it, dude. What else am I supposed to say?
Marcus says, I genuinely, honestly, 100% believe that, no, I'm not going to call James a name, that James is looking for attention. That's all this is every day. You can't possibly be this dense. There's no way. The video was 7 seconds. It malfunctioned at 7 seconds. We heard nothing more after that. And I say that with all gratitude and thankfulness.
And with all due respect.
Off at 7 seconds. James needs to get lemon pepper wings and rub down from Magic City, correct? Who the fleck is he welcoming back? Exactly. Took longer to write these wine responses than it took to make your video. Go chart something.
I'm just saying it's not an issue to make the video, but you're making a crap video. Then you're coming in here and criticizing us and saying we won't play it when we did play it and it was a 7. Like, you're just, I agree. I again, me and Marcus don't often agree, but I do agree. Yeah, Cryptic. James tried so hard to prevent this. He did, but unfortunately, James overcame. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Schemers trying to control their little worlds.
Yeah, James is still a cool guy. There's no problem with it. You know, it's fine.
Again, how about some more pizza reviews? Because we did play your pizza video on the show, and you guys never play my stuff. Yeah, you never gave us credit for that.
You know, Boyd Lake, he is the SEO king of America because, well, SEO is the way. I'm interested in what Cincinnati has to say. Did they know too? They did know. I don't have any doubt they knew. Indiana, come on. But why does it matter if Cincinnati knew?
It doesn't.
Now, do you want to go back and retroactively punish Cincinnati? Okay.
Yeah, but the NCAA is not going to do that because Cincinnati will just sue. So,
you know, I tend to agree with that. Ken Maynor, Yormark and the Big 12 have to act, or you admit Cody Campbell runs the Big 12.
Agreed. That's part of it.
Hundo
No
P.
question about it, dude. That is absolutely part of it.
100%. 100%. BYU will make everyone happy and win the Big 12 championship.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. You know, Rock and Rant, James is a human form of a detour sign. I believe he is. I believe he is. Loose colon and all. I believe that he is.
Are you a stupid person?
You know, you want to talk about a guy who had a rough couple of days.
Dude.
Good Lord. A couple other people on Brendan Sorsby. Ross Tucker, is it me or does Ross Tucker always talk in slow motion?
I got to be honest with you. I'm just kind of sad. And I don't really blame Brendan Sorsby or Texas Tech. They're just looking out for their own self-interest, which is what pretty much everybody does in life. But on some level, it just kind of feels like college football as we know it is over. Maybe people can say that it's been over for years, and they might be right. But, you know, if none of the rules matter, or if you can always just file a lawsuit with a judge and get out of the rules, what are we even doing? I mean, how do you even know who's eligible, who's not? It's kind of a sad day in my mind for college football and for the sport of football, especially for people that love it as much as me.
Yeah, 100%. That you talk in slow motion. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. And
honestly, how much college football would you watch if you didn't have to watch college football? Legitimately, you probably still watch Notre Dame because you've been a lifelong.
How much? I would watch a ton. I love college football. Frankly, I think I would if it wasn't my job, I would watch every second of Notre Dame football very differently. Because I actually take notes during the game, and so I would watch Notre Dame. I would watch all the big games.
Yeah,
I'm a front runner when it comes to matchups. I love big matchups. I love the old Pac-12 after dark. I loved USC going up to the Palouse to die. Right? That's just the way life is. So I'm a huge fan of that. But, yeah, college football tailgates are amazing. 100%. Chewy Gonzalez. See your boy Freddie Freeman last night?
Hey, Freddie.
2,500 hits.
Yeah.
Ross Tucker smoking a blunt before his post. Right? Ross just, I love college football. Mama always said. He just talks very slowly. I say the same thing about Ross Dellinger.
Yeah, but writer guy always tends to be a slow talker on video. Writer guy's voice in their head talks a lot faster than their mouth does. That's the funny part about writer guy.
Oh, I would agree with that. Certainly. No doubt. I probably will not watch a single game of Tech ball if they play him.
Come on.
I love my team. Morals and integrity mean more.
I'm sorry, man. I it's not personal, but I just don't believe you. I call BS on that. Every Tech fan, no matter where you come down on this, you're watching those games, because if he sees the field, that first game, something's going to happen. That the first time, and he's not going to play against Abilene and whatever the other technical knitting school is they're playing, but that first Big 12 game,
technical knitting school,
something's going to happen. You can't tell me you're honestly just going to skip watching your team. Come on, dude.
I think, well, the problem is they also don't have really compelling games this year. If we're being honest, who's really excited about This
is my point. Nobody's excited about the matchup, Monty. The matchup isn't what we're excited about.
No.
We're excited for, NFL blitz style hits on Brendan Sorsby on the sideline. That's what we want. We want,
what is Tech's biggest game this year, you guys? Probably week 3 against Houston. Right? I mean, it's Abilene, Oregon State.
BYU or Utah?
No. Their schedule sucks. I've been saying this for a month.
We keeping a book right now. We ass.
Abilene at Oregon State. Houston, Sam Houston at Colorado. Arizona State at Cincinnati. Arizona, West Virginia at Oak State at Baylor, TCU.
TCU or ASU, probably, depending on where those two are at.
TCU's ass, dude.
Well, the whole conference is ass, let's be honest.
Arizona State's going to be okay.
Hot ass.
But, I mean, Brendan Sorsby left Cincinnati. How good can they be?
Wow, dude.
And that game's at Cincinnati. You think Sorsby's at all looking?
Yeah, boy.
He can't wait to get back to bank. Never mind. Nope. Nope. But then you look at the non-Christian university at BYU.
Right.
They reversed that, just for the record.
FTR.
Utah Tech, Arizona at Colorado State at TCU, Iowa State, Notre Dame. So you have a huge game with Notre Dame. Huge game. UCF, Arizona State at Utah. Huge game at Utah. Baylor at Kansas, Cincinnati. You don't even have a huge... And again, those are the top 2 teams. And just for a point of reference, because, I think it's important to point out how difficult the SEC schedule is to make my point. Always. Here's Texas's schedule. Texas State, Ohio State, UTSA, at Tennessee, Oklahoma, Florida, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, at Missouri, at LSU, Arkansas, at Texas A&M.
Like, for instance.
See any differences in the quality of schedule there? You see any difference in, and so you get Urban talking about this Texas thing. I mean, I don't like to tell you how right I am all the time, but
Texas needs to worry about one thing. They don't need to start hyping up a billionaire. And we love McGuire because he's a street fighter. And he knows that there's only one team that would advantage to. Texas, stay away from that one, man. You're not, because Texas Tech's good enough to beat you, and they're not supposed to be.
There's no win for Texas in playing that game.
No,
there's no win in Texas.
But there is a win for their fan base, I would argue, right? That this is a competitive game. This is
who cares
neighbors.
About their fan base? Get to the playoff.
They want to beat A&M.
I don't like that, Urban. I don't like that, man, because we're getting away from what makes college football great.
Who cares about the fans? Who cares about the fans, Monty? Fans don't matter.
So, and it's not like I get to have my hand in the butt crack of a hot blonde chick at a sports bar, but Urban, what did Urban say there that I've said? Fans don't matter. Don't go. He clearly does not like Cody Campbell. Don't get caught up with a billionaire. And don't play this game. There's no win in it for Texas. Now, I kind of feel bad that I'm aligned with Pervin Liar, but
is what it is, dude.
Is what it is. Texas Tech versus Cincinnati is going to be called the Over-Under Bowl.
Bro.
I believe that's official. Brought to you by Great American Ballpark.
And MGM.
It would be hilarious if Oregon State upsets Tech in Corvallis. That would be. Can you imagine that play? Reeser's going to be on fire. That would be amazing.
I'm telling you, it's a different level of heat when you shouldn't be on the field and you are, and people don't like you. It's different.
Houston or Arizona State at home equals ass. Yeah, in Lubbock, you should be 2 touchdown favorites. Especially with the Heisman candidate, greatest quarterback anybody's ever seen.
He has our full respect.
Will Hammond. I think a lot of people are going to stop being excited about a sport that can't even regulate gambling players if this doesn't get fixed. It's become WWE at some point. Fixed games for show.
A lot.
The quiet part out loud.
Mm-hmm.
The quiet part out loud. The natural. That's a nasty schedule. Texas has a very difficult schedule. Very difficult. Who's your Dave? No, who's your daddy? Anyway, Dave, who's a Hoosier fan, is probably the right way to say that. Hey, Dave, you dick. Do y'all think Vegas will not allow betting on Texas Tech games if he is on the roster? I think that's a very interesting question.
Which is another reason why teams are going to continue to boycott Tech. They want nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Bradley Olson. They should play Texas, and if Texas wins, Sorsby doesn't play for the rest of the season. Yeah. Ken Maynard. Hey, Rock and Rant, they should move that game to Vegas. Does a casino give Brendan Sorsby a marker?
Dude.
And instead of let's go, Brandon, they're like, all right, here you go, Brandon.
We may have to go short in a couple cases.
Kanerin says the BYU Notre Dame tickets are $500.
Great. Pay $500 to see BYU get beat.
Don't go all James on me on this. Oh, why am I always catching strays on the show? Don't go James on this.
What?
Don't start predicting Notre Dame's going to win stuff. They're going to, before you know it, they're going to move to Hammond and split a stadium with the Bears.
Oh, no.
Pricks. Every Tech fan just needs to go to word timeout. Seriously. Rock and rant. Cody Campbell will sue if Oregon State upsets Tech. Stop.
Well,
the sad thing is, I don't know if you're kidding or not. Right? The big Lubbock, everything runs through Lubbock. Yeah, all the corruption, all the gambling players, all of it runs through Lubbock.
Yeah. Yep.
I still think it's funny that Tech fans like, look at us. We're showing them. Hey, nobody wants to play you guys, and you're not going to have a game this year. That's right, because we're disruptors.
They're running from us.
The college football playoff won't put you guys in.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't quite know how to answer that, to be honest.
Call Jeffrey Kessler. Okay. Call Jeffrey Kessler. College football playoffs not putting you in. Sorry. Texas Tech will play their practice team every week since no one else might.
Well,
take BYU by 3 over Notre Dame.
No.
Okay. Games in Provo. You know. Could be. The big Lubbock. The Longhorns and Aggies have been quiet. Why would they talk about this?
They don't need to talk. You guys are the ones making an ass of yourself. What need do they have to speak?
Cody Campbell says stupid shit on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Why would you help him? Quite literally, it's in court. Like, I follow a couple of judges. The guy in Houston, I can't remember his name. He'll have, so there are these videos on the interwebs.
New videos.
If you go to Jenna Marble's channel, you can see this judge in Houston.
Yeah.
Never mind. This judge in Houston, who is a star, and I can't remember his name, but
it's not Jenna Marbles.
He has a accused criminal in front of him, right? And let's say the kid was speeding, whatever. We're going to do a probable cause hearing. And the judge says to him, we're going to do a probable cause hearing. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can essentially, STFU. Like, just
right.
And so the prosecutor will start reading the probable cause affidavit. And you just see the judge being like, wait, what? And it's going the wrong way for the prosecutor in favor of the criminal. What do you mean? There was one in particular. What do you mean that he was parked more than 6 inches away from the curb? They pull this black kid over, or they detain this black kid because his car is parked more than 6 inches off the curb. That was their probable cause. And then they're sitting there with the kid, and the kid gets out of the car and says, hey, what are we doing here? Because they're just sitting there, and he's like, hey, what are we doing here? And the cops arrest him because he tensed his arms up, and they said that was resisting arrest. So the judge is like, okay, well, did they measure? How did they determine he was more than 6 inches off the curb? And the prosecutor's like, and the judge says, yeah, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. This, what is this, driving while black? And then the kid is like, can I say something? And the judge, who's focused on the prosecutor, looks at the kid and he's like, are you losing right now? Are you losing? And the kid's like, no. And he's like, good, don't say anything. And he goes, and he's like, I find no probable cause.
Jesus.
And I just love it when the judge is like, are you losing? Good, then shut up. You're not, so shut up. And that's what I say to everybody like Texas and Baylor and everybody else who's not talking about Cody Campbell. Why would they talk about Cody Campbell? They're not losing. They're winning. Cody Campbell is destroying Texas Tech right now. And he just, we're excited and happy to pay Brendan. And everything runs through Lubbock. There's bulls and steers, and you don't have any testicles. Ha, 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 ha. Cool. Good job, bud. Good job. Way to die on the hill of an average-ass quarterback.
Yep.
You're destroying Texas Tech over an average-ass quarterback.
Nice job.
Mike Smith says Sorsby has a UTI. Okay. There is only one thing to say to Texas Tech when they come to Corvallis.
Are you an Oregon State fan? I don't really understand your angle here.
The Big Lubbock. Wow, are you serious? Did you guys are you sure about this?
Is it? Whoa, this is like breaking news. Where's the let's see, where's the
somebody should look that up because I don't believe that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, this is just unbelievable breaking news right now. I'm not really sure how. I don't know how we didn't know this. I mean, it's incredible.
No, this is completely false. They're not going to boycott him. They're going to say they're not going to certify him to play, which is in the bylaws. And sorry to break it to you, the networks don't want to show Texas Tech. Everybody is unified behind, bro. Yeah.
Living under a rock, dude.
Mike's, what the hell picture is that?
I don't know.
God damn. The clipper's broken right now. You can't shape that. Anyway, it was used as a pretextual stop in order to try and hem him up on some other reason. Yeah.
Bro said pretextual.
Correct. No bulls in Austin. Exactly. They don't, Cody Campbell's rich, which is the only reason anybody knows he's alive. But yeah, they only have steers in Austin. Like, it's one of the stupidest things I have ever heard.
Literally.
Like and this is the thing about Cody Campbell. He's a bully. He's a bully. That's all Cody Campbell is. He has done so much damage to college football, the Big 12, and now Texas Tech. And I've warned you guys about this for months and months. Cody Campbell does not know what he's talking about. He has an agenda that you are unaware of, which is why he's pushing so hard for the Cruz-Cantwell bill. He wants pooled media rights because nobody's willing to pay for Texas Tech games. He wants a free payday because he's not going to get a payday any other way. So let's get pooled media rights, which is welfare and socialism for bad football teams.
Correct.
Cody Campbell is not an operator. Cody Campbell's a rich guy who has a seat at the table because he bought it. He didn't earn it. He's not there based on merit. And you're starting to see that when rich guys talk about shit they don't know what they're talking about, bad things happen. Like Brendan Sorsby, an average-ass quarterback, you're willing to die on this hill for a guy who's going to be in your program at most 1 year and still likely is never going to play a game. And you're willing to risk your reputation. Because today the Big Ten is going to come out, in my opinion, I would guess, and maybe they don't release it publicly, but you will see the sourcing on it. Nobody in the Big Ten is going to schedule future contests with Texas Tech, who already in football has no future schedule outside of, what did I say, 2030 with Arkansas. All you're doing is weakening a country today, Kathy.
Yes.
It's all you've done. Right? It's in the narcissistic tendencies of guys like Cody Campbell. It's always a tell. They insult the genitalia of other men. It's always a tell. They talk about how much money they have constantly. It's always a tell. They want to walk into a room and flip tables and push people around. It's always a tell. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to do what needs to be done. But they know that no matter what, they can pay their way out of problems. That's what Cody Campbell's trying to do here. That's what he's trying to do. Because there's no other plausible explanation. You can't tell me that Cody Campbell's a dumb human being. He's not. The guy has done big business unrelated to college sports. His oil money guy, he didn't become a billionaire because he's dumb. The problem is he's dumb when it comes to college sports. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't value relationships. He doesn't value histories and traditions. He doesn't understand that he's not the only billionaire at the table. So his money, what money impresses poor people. That's why Texas Tech fans who are garden variety Americans, because we seem to be impressed with money. So the garden variety Texas Tech fan wants Cody Campbell into the valves of their lungs. Like they just want to stretch that throat and all the way down to the opening in their lungs. Because he's a billionaire. They want to taste it. They want to be around it. And what you don't understand is that Cody Campbell is killing you right now. Do you understand that at Texas Tech? Cody Campbell's the problem. Have you stopped long enough to contemplate how bad this guy is for Texas Tech right now? Amongst all of the great things he's done, what are the two things he hasn't done at Texas Tech? He has not won, and he has not furthered your cause as a business. In fact, just the opposite. He has damaged your cause as a business, and you have not won. Are we really standing on the hill of women's softball? Have you won in basketball? Have you done anything in the college football playoff? Are you better this year? And here's ultimately, and then I'll get off my soapbox. Is Brendan Sorsby nearly the best quarterback in the conference?
No.
Is it close? He's not even close. If you look across the Big 12, I mean, is he a candidate to be the best quarterback in the conference? Absolutely not. He's not better than Bear Bachmeier. Mestemaker is probably close. Oh, I'm sorry, James. Mestemaker sucks. Jaden Craig, who's never taken a meaningful snap of football. I'm always catching strays, Monty, and you won't play my videos.
Come on, dude.
Anyway, there, I'm off my soapbox. Exactly. The one that makes people give him the side stare over the things he says. Yeah. Another black and red school played Sorsby. Who gives a flying fuck about Cincinnati? Can I ask?
Nobody.
Can I ask you, why are you so obsessed with Joe Biden? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, why are you so obsessed with Cincinnati? Does that absolve you? You paid a guy. So, and again, I'm going to ask you, did you know he was gambling when he got to Lubbock? When you paid him that, what is it, $4.6 million? Did you know he had a gambling problem? Big Lubbock, I'm asking you. Any Texas Tech fan, did you know that he had a gambling problem? Yeah, that's a question you don't want to answer, so you won't. Because we don't answer tough questions here. We just glaze Brendan Sorsby as some kind of great quarterback who's actually ass. That's what you do. Brandon Butler. You don't want to catch strays. Don't jump in the middle of a gunfight with a squirt gun of a take. I would agree with that. Oh, so you didn't know he was gambling. So you did no homework on Brendan Sorsby because it was public knowledge. He did not try to hide it. He sat in the stands at Great American Ballpark and bet pitch to pitch. Oh, and did I mention there's two things that you're struggling with here then? You did no research or due diligence on him, and then you didn't monitor him or his activities when he got to Lubbock because he bet on sports in Lubbock when he was at Texas Tech. He admitted that. Oh, so you are Jim Harbaugh. He was betting so he could afford cheeseburgers for hungry kids. So you didn't know because you didn't do your homework. You gave a kid $4.6 million. Wait, here's the other question. Also, since you have such a hard-on for Cincinnati, what about the $1 million buyout he hasn't paid allegedly? And I only say allegedly because it's in court right now where he's also being sued by Cincinnati. More legal fees.
I'm sure Kessler will get him out of that one too.
You can't get away from it. Because I'm telling you now, ignorance is not an excuse.
How do you pay someone $4.5 million and you don't do a background check?
Ignorance.
Like, how dumb are you?
Yes, exactly right. Ignorance is not a defense. You need to stop trying to deflect, right? Rigged elections. Got any evidence? Well, I mean, just look. Buddy, let me ask you. What does Cincinnati have to do with the really bad decisions you guys have made? What does Cincinnati have to do with the fact that this is a choice now that you're making? Because the record's clear. Brendan Sorsby bet more than 40 times by his own admission on Indiana football. He was an addict. What does Cincinnati have to do with the choices you guys have made? He told you he bet on college football and you still allowed him to continue. There's no way to get away from it. You are so deep in dishonesty. Your ego won't let you say it. Cody Campbell's bad for Texas Tech. It's okay. We know that you're never going to say that, but we all know it. You know, it's bad for his mental health to have the payout, to have to pay the buyout. That's how it is now. All about the fees. Yeah, that's exactly right. I already told you he is expelled. We are skipping word timeout today. I mean, it's, and Big Lubbock, you've listened to the show for a long time, and I appreciate that. You're just burying yourself. You're embarrassing yourself.
Yeah.
You are embarrassing yourself. And you just, at some point, just own it. Big 12 should fine Cincy if they knew he was gambling. Well, you're going to have to go through a process. And again, why the only people obsessed over Cincinnati are Texas Tech fans. And again, I'm just going to ask you, what does Cincinnati have to do with the bad choices you've made at Texas Tech? For a guy who's going to play 1 year and who's an average-ass quarterback. Cody Campbell won't answer those questions. Nobody at Texas Tech will answer those questions. You knew or you didn't know? And you're saying they didn't know. That's all you need to know. Cody Campbell's not an operator. Cody Campbell's not good at the business of college athletics. Yet he's got the keys to the kingdom. It's incredible. Mike Smith, ignorance of law is no excuse. Unless you're a cop, they get qualified immunity. Rules for thee, but not for me. It is truly this situation with Spencer Pratt in LA and Texas Tech fan. I think it is incredible. I think it is incredible how close they run together.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible, right? Like, so the argument with Spencer Pratt in LA is, oh, well, all the mail-in ballots came in and Spencer Pratt got none of them. Not one. Even though, quite literally, there's a graph that shows that the reason that, so Spencer Pratt's vote graph essentially is a flat line. But you forgot to look on the left side where it says 27%. I think it's 27 or 37%. He got 7% of the vote, like across the board. Like nobody voted for him. And what happened was the gal who won, and I don't even know her name, who passed him for second place, right? Karen Bass clearly dominated the election. She got less in-person votes. And you can see she got, let's say it's like 20-something% of the in-person vote. The mail-in vote is where she got a big bump. She got a ton of the mail-in vote. And Spencer Pratt stayed steady across the board. Why is Spencer Pratt not suing? Because he knows he lost. Not enough people voted for him. He came in third. But the people saying it's a fixed election, buddy, when you hand them facts, they're like, oh. It's fixed. It's still fixed. It's okay.
It's incredible, dude.
Maury Alvarez, it's bad for my mental health, so I shouldn't have to pay my credit card bill.
It's really just that simple.
Yeah, can I just sue my way out of that? I mean, is that fine?
You know what's funny about credit card bills? I don't use a debit card. We've talked about this on the show. My wife just auto pays her credit card bills. Like, she doesn't ever look at them. She just auto pays them. I'm the guy who refuses to auto pay them, and I look at them every what I buy. Do you guys know? Like, I don't spend money on anything but golf related. Like it's all greens fees and restaurants. Like, but bro, I had great cannelloni over the weekend. I went to Il Terrazzo over the weekend. And it was amazing. And my server tried to talk me out of getting the cannelloni. I get rigatoni bolognese every time I go to Carmine's.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Old World Carmine's. It's Terrazzo Carmine's. I actually got the cannelloni, and it was epic, dude. And they had a key lime cheesecake, or I guess it's a key lime tart. I think maybe it was. I don't give a shit what it was. That was the greatest key lime I've ever. I think I actually left a stain on the chair. It was amazing. But I was looking at my Chase Sapphire bill yesterday. Bro, we ate well over the weekend, and it was not cheap. I went to Pike Marketplace here in Seattle to get a fillet of halibut. And my wife, oh my God, my wife made me halibut, like tuna salad with halibut. It was amazing. Amazing. A halibut fillet that was just under a pound was $79. For a halibut fillet, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. Vote by mail. Funny how LA City supposedly is fixed, but they have no problem with the governor, right? It's vote by mail. I believe everybody should be able to vote by mail. I think more people will vote. But you got to find a way to process that stuff faster. That's the argument in LA. It's not that it's fixed. It just takes forever. It's not that it's fixed.
Yeah.
People saying that the mayor's race in LA is fixed are idiots. Yeah, 100%. No doubt about it. Yeah, I'm taking a page out of Monty's book, and I'm starting to write everything off as a business expense. Why are you not? Why are you not? Right? Whether it's the internet, YouTube TV, your YouTube premium subscription, get an LLC, make a video a week, and write it off. You're a content creator. Right? Like golf, it's very, you guys, if you watch the channel, you know, I play a ton of golf, post a lot of golf content, all my social channels, greens fees, travel. I had a consultation with my accountant last week. I have an accountant. Dude, trust me, when you can hand your tax burden to your accountant, it's amazing. All of my travel, all of my lodging, all of my golf tax write-off, business expenses. Should try it sometime. It's amazing. I think if we just ignore him, he will go away. Put those new Titleist irons on that plastic for a great cause. My sanity, dude. I am so fortunate that this is the best golf ball in golf, I'm telling you. TP5X. The picks. I spun a 54-degree wedge the other day off of a rise down a hill to within 5 feet. You can't do that. And this is where the Kirkland golf ball versus a TP5X comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that with a Kirkland golf ball. You just can't. So, Seth Gress. Tech gambling their future on a gambler seems ill-advised, but what do I know? Seriously. You know. Why were they telling you not to get it? She said that it was the server on the cannelloni. I can't remember what the other dish we were looking at was. Oh, ravioli. Ravioli. She's like, get the ravioli. The cannelloni was amazing. It is amazing. So, you know, it is what it is. A couple more, and then we got to move on because we do have to rip Victor Wembanyama. And this BDM video, you guys. Oh my God.
Iconic.
Tech and Cody don't care about Sorsby's well-being. They put him in the worst situation possible. Think about the pressure to win. He will never perform up to what Tech is losing by playing him. He won't. But here's the other thing that I think everybody's saying, well, what do you want Texas Tech to do? Turn their back on him? No, you signed him. You have a responsibility to him. Put him through school and put him through your addiction recovery program because it is world-class at Tech. Their addiction institute, go look it up. Texas Tech has an addiction institute that is world-class. Support him, help him heal, help him get educated, set him up for his future. You just can't play him. You made a really terrible choice to sign Brendan Sorsby. You can't put him on the field. You owe it to him to make sure he gets an education and that he gets through your addiction institute and he comes out a better man for having shown up in West Texas. But you also owe it to college football not to ever put him on the field. Not in practice, not in a game. Never put him on the field. It is a disgrace for him to ever wear the Texas Tech helmet.
Couldn't agree more.
But you owe it to him. As average ass as he is, you owe it to him. Plain and simple. Jeremiah Champion, Tech fans saying everyone else is acting like a baby. Well, this whole thing is based on a man baby. Truth. He put himself in this situation. True. But you're the ones who signed him. It was your responsibility to know who you were getting in bed with. It was your responsibility to know if they had a disease or 7. It was your responsibility when you were going to sign Brendan Sorsby. Because my opinion is you got into an arms race. You lost Sam Levitt. You panicked. You went to Brendan Sorsby. That's why you didn't do your homework on him.
You have to check it before you wreck it.
Because you can't tell me if they'd have known he was a gambling addict that they would have signed him. I don't believe that they would have. But I'm again going to tell you, you made the decision. Now you have to deal with the repercussions of it. You owe him an education. You owe him all of the support because this is about his mental well-being.
Yes, he's a victim of a bigger industry.
So you support him in that. But you never put him on the football field.
Mm.
And Will Hammond's a better quarterback. Just keep saying that. Rightly or wrongly, there will be defensive players who will be targeting Sorsby. 100%. 100%. Every bad throw or bad game Sorsby has will make fan bases and probably some of his own teammates think, is he trying to shave points? Go look at the tape from last year. Come on. Are the Cincinnati wins losses legit? Yeah, they are at this point. Right? They are at this point. So, but I don't know. All right, time for Jake to Jake is going to have a nocturnal emission right here on the show. I'm trying not to be grotesque. Daddy? Because we are going to play video.
Not of James.
Of his daddy. Of his new guy. Right, because he doesn't live in Lanningville anymore. So he broke up with Dan Lanning over text. So now it's all about Sumrall.
I don't put a cap or a ceiling on what we can achieve record-wise. Like, my expectation is to try to win every game. Like, I want to win them all. The biggest thing, though, is the mindset and the approach of, like, when Florida football shows up to play a game, doesn't matter who we play, where we play, or when we play, that we're going to bring it each and every time. And you're going to get our best. Like, you're going to get our absolute best every time we take the field.
Oh, yeah. Give me your best.
See, so does that mean that they've earned it? Now you can put the Gator.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't quite know how to answer that, to be honest.
I mean, I like the messaging. I like the messaging.
Oh, I bet you do.
Yeah,
That's the bottom line.
I mean, I'm
such a child.
He talks a big game, but you gotta go out and you gotta go out and win ball games. You gotta you can't forget. You can't forget that you were seeds and that you're still lifting and you're growing up out of the ground and you can't. You gotta go.
What are you gonna do? What are you going to do if they're bad?
Holden Middick.
What are you going to use for mental theater if John Sumrall does not win at Florida?
His cock.
Well, you could use that, I'm sure. Because I think they're going to be very good. Truth be told, I think they're going to be very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sumrall is doing a great job. Generally, I think that very, very good. I think just depends on how many big games they win. I think that they're going to have plenty of them on the schedule. I think, as usual in the SEC, it is a very slippery slope. You lose one game you shouldn't lose, your season's pretty much over, right? Because of how difficult the schedule is. So I think that are they gonna go out and win a national championship in year one? No.
No.
As I said when they hired him, I think the Brendan Sorsby index has them at 7 or 8 wins on the season.
Are we just calling him Brandon now? Is that what it is?
Brandon now. Yes.
It's just his name is now Brandon.
He's no longer you are no longer David Webb. You are now Jason Bourne. So his name is now Brandon. And that's just what it is. So the Brendan Sorbet index has Florida at 7 or 8 wins. And I think the closer you are to 10, the more you're overachieving. I think 8 to 10 wins in year one is great work out of job. I do.
I mean, with this schedule, can you win 8 to 10 games? I mean, if we're truth telling, and I know that we don't do that in Lubbock, but I mean, you look at their schedule is Florida Atlantic. You better win that game. Campbell, Auburn
should win that game.
You would expect them because Auburn. What was Auburn last year? 1-7.
It's Florida should win that game.
Okay. That's at Jordan Hare though. That's it. That's at Auburn.
You're Florida. Again, I'm just telling you, it's the expectation is the expectation.
You're not winning 8 of 10. You're not winning 8 games.
Okay.
I'll give you Auburn. That's 3.
Okay. You're 3-0.
Ole Miss at the Swamp.
You're 3-1.
At Missouri.
You're 4-1.
No, you're not.
Come on, guy.
You think you're going to Columbia and winning?
If you think that they can't beat Missouri on the road. Come on.
Bro. Okay. Missouri was an 8-win team last year, and they're better this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we saying? They're 3-2, or they're 4-1?
They're 4-1. Your only loss so far is Ole Miss.
South Carolina.
I'd like to think you can win that game, but that one's closer for sure.
Okay, 5-1 at Texas.
That's a loss.
5-2. Georgia, 5-3.
Yes.
Oklahoma, 5-4.
Yes.
At Kentucky,
6-4.
Vanderbilt.
You got to win that game
on the road in Lexington.
Yes, you got to win
Vanderbilt.
That game. Yeah, you should win that game. 7-4.
At Florida State,
8-4. You really think they can't beat Florida State? Come on.
Okay.
8-4,
listen.
man. 8-4. 8-4. And when we have 100 teams getting in the CFP, they'll be in the CFP.
You are saying, and listen,
we were saying that.
It is what it is, man. You are convinced that they're going to go to a couple of really tough. Going to the Doak is not easy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me they're going to go to Auburn, Missouri, DKR.
No, they're going to lose at
Kentucky,
DKR.
and Tallahassee, and they're going to win 4 out of those 5 games. If he does that,
we're in a control position.
I'll drive you to his house, and you can fillet the motherfucker. If he does that, I mean, because I don't even know what you would say if they do that.
You are not the guy.
There's no way. That Florida State game, okay, Mike Norvell, he's the Brendan Sorsby of head coaches.
Hot ass.
He's no Joey Maguire.
He's got no class.
You're not. I think you're going to lose the Auburn game. That team seems to be headed in a very positive direction.
Please, it's Auburn, dude. Come on.
What does that mean? It's Auburn.
You wouldn't be giving Auburn all this credit if we were talking about a different team playing them, right? Like if you put Auburn up against Texas or the Ole Miss, or you're taking them to lose in all of those games. There's no question about it. So the only question, this has nothing to do with Auburn. This has everything to do with John and his team executing in year one.
But you got to remember, Alex Golish is in the same spot.
Yeah, well,
and he's got more talent on his roster than Florida does.
Well, then,
but now I haven't seen him body blocking and manhandling recruits in the tunnel.
Come on,
but
dude.
Yeah, the dap up game is crazy, bro.
Yeah, listen, the number of transfers alone, the sheer number of transfers at Auburn means that they're probably going to be mediocre out of the gate.
But I'm just telling you, listen, this is what I'm telling you. The expectation is you'll beat Auburn. Whether you do or not, okay, different conversation. I'm sure we'll get to it. But the expectation is that Florida should beat Auburn in the SEC. That's the expectation. I'm not doing, oh, well, Golish, and man, he's done a great job. No, dude, you're Florida. You're the Florida Gators. You either are that guy or you're not that guy.
But you don't even have a quarterback.
Well, maybe he should fix that then. Maybe you need to go find one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll see, man. All I'm gonna say is they should lose to Florida State in Tallahassee, because my opinion is, and for whatever that's worth, you at least have some level of talent at Florida State. And you at least have a defense that's been there. And yeah, it's fine. We'll find out. All I'm saying is, how are you committing to being shirtless on this show every Monday? If no. John's every Monday that John Summerall wins a game,
we're not coaching Little League, buddy.
We're not. I mean,
are you committing?
What kind of question is that?
Are you committing to showing it all every time that Summerall wins this season?
Hey, player!
No.
Coward.
No, I'm not.
Coward.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
We don't take any shit.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. No.
Shirtless eating Taco Bell at that.
Yeah, you're not going to catch me shirtless eating a chalupa live on the show, dude.
Florida took FSU to the woodshed last year. That'll be an easy game. Okay.
See, I didn't say things like that. I haven't said easy game.
If Florida goes 8-4, say Summerall has brought them back.
Oh, is Texas back, Monty?
Florida has more talent than Auburn. Well, forgetting that they got the UCF coach and a quarterback at Auburn is a mistake. Guy beat Florida last year. I'm telling you.
Brother, I'm not forgetting that Golesh has talent and he's at Auburn. I'm not forgetting that fact. What I'm not going to do, though, is I'm not going to make excuses for John Summerall. It's very simple, dude.
He gets slurped or he doesn't. He gets slurped or he doesn't. It's as simple as that.
Job, you're either winning the ball games and doing what you need to do, or you're not. This is the same quotient.
Look at Jake getting fired up, you
guys.
guys.
The same quotient that Buddy at Alabama, DeBoer faced when he came to Alabama from Washington, right?
Correct.
Oh, fire him. It's not going to. Well, okay. Well, why is that? Well, it's Alabama after Nick Saban. There's a certain expectation, and I agree that the expectation is a little bit lower at Florida because you haven't been that same program for how long now?
Right.
But
yeah, you're still trying to replace.
Yeah, Pervin. And I think that Florida Gator fan is desperate for a winner. And I do think that the SEC is desperate for Florida to be good. You need as many teams in the SEC being college football playoff worthy as you can get right now, given what the Big Ten's been able to do the last several years. So you need, like, Florida, the thing that no one wants to talk about with Florida and John is that the SEC needs John Summerall in Florida to be 8-win good to bolster their schedules, dude. You need that. Like, it just has to happen.
You also need that with Auburn.
You do. That would be nice. Yes. That would be nice. That would be nice.
Look at you fired up.
That would be nice.
Look how fired up you are, man.
Yeah, man.
So just FTR on June 10th, Jake is committed to being topless on this show every time that John Summerall wins a game.
Erroneous on both counts.
Couple of well-placed chip clips, you know?
Dude. Bro.
Yeah, boy.
Google me. I can't wait for football season.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait for football season. So, landing spurned Jake, so he's all in on Summerall now.
And I want that known.
That's right. Joey Binko. Jake more fired up for Florida football than moving to Kansas City. Oh, no. Jake's all in on Kansas City. Oh, the barbecue. Yesterday, we're on the phone. He's, the barbecue's amazing. Best food I've ever had. This place is fucking awesome. Look at these ribs, Monty.
Let's ride.
What are you sleeping on right now?
Our guest bed. That's what I'm sleeping on. Our guest bed.
So you have a bed?
Yeah, we were gifted a bed by the girlfriend's parents as a gift. So it's our guest bed. What?
The in-laws gifted you a bed?
For our guest room. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, listen, okay. That's a weird gift, but
I mean, I've been sleeping on it fine.
You need to play the daddy drop.
I mean,
the in-laws gifted you a bed for your guest room.
Yes, because they knew that if they knew we didn't have a bed and we'd be sleeping on an air mattress for 2 weeks while we waited for pods to get their ass together.
Okay, well, they told you it could be as long as the 13th. I don't feel like they've done anything.
Yeah. Either way, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it sucks it took so long.
Yeah.
Did you drink some nut?
Bro. Dude.
What?
This is such a joke out of Tom Brady, bro. Like, honestly.
Did you drink any of Tom's nut?
No. I don't have a mouthful. It's not a It's not a milky product. Like, this is such clickbait out of Tom, dude.
Are you launching another celebrity seltzer brand?
No, I'm launching a brand new coconut water. It's actually really good.
Oh, what's it called?
So we called coconut farmers in Vietnam for this one, which, when you care about ingredients, it's kind of a huge deal.
No, not who you called. What's it called?
You called me!
Okay, just tell me what it's called, Tom.
When you have a product this good, it doesn't matter what it's called, okay?
Yeah, it kind of does.
It's called the Good Nut.
What the hell am I supposed to do with this, dude? What?
Let me get this right, Tom. Tom, your wife dumped you for a jujitsu instructor who absolutely had the Good Nut.
Yeah, he pad rolled the hell out of her.
Because the Good Nut got a new baby made. And so now you're making a coconut flavored water called the Good Nut. The chocolate nut and whatever the other flavor is. It's called Good Nut. Dude, it's not even sunny out.
The biggest load that we've seen.
I mean, this is what happens, dude. You start talking about somebody's nut, and then the camera starts to freak out, and it's just what we do.
We don't take any shit.
Yeah, the technology woes continue. So I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just what happens.
Anyway, back to Tom's nut juice. Are you willing to try this?
No. One, I'm not a coconut water guy, just generally speaking. It's ass, and I'm not interested.
I think my wife actually likes coconut water.
Yeah, I'm not. I've tried it. I've made a genuine effort, and it's ass. It's terrible.
Why did you make a genuine effort? One of the hoes. Which one of the hoes was it?
I don't even remember, dude.
He went from no to, well, I don't remember.
Yeah, because I don't. I remember trying it, and it's just not good. I think I've tried coconut water multiple times over the years, and every single time I'm like, why do people drink this crap? Like, it's just not good.
You're a big texture person.
Yeah, but
you don't like but
I don't love coconut, just generally speaking. Like, I'm not the guy that's hard over coconut.
You don't?
Constantly.
Oh, coconut is so good. Oh my God, coconut flakes.
Oh my God, just like that.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Put them on your.
I know.
Put them on your breakfast. Put them in your oats.
I thought we were going a different direction there.
Grow up. You're such a child.
Waves in opposition.
Anyway, the point is with Tom's nut that coconut. What?
It is what it is.
That's what it's called. Coconut on oats is amazing. Pina coladas, ice cream, desserts. I love it. I'm a huge coconut fan.
Yeah.
I want to try Tom's nut. I do. I want to try Tommy's nut.
What am I supposed to say to that, dude? Like what
Macaque.
What am I supposed to say to that, dude?
I don't know. Waiting for Summerall to start doing Good Nut commercials. Florida football sponsored by Good Nut.
Yeah, we were in the weight room and we had Good Nut, and that allowed us to bench more, dude.
Tell you about that nut in the weight room, boy. Monty, you got to get a remote control blind so you can lift or lower it from your desk. Seriously.
Yeah.
Having to walk a foot and a half to my left is a real chore these days.
Yeah.
Monty and Jake turning into the get off my lawn guys. How am I get off my lawn?
How are we get off my lawning this?
I just sat here and made
water.
Sexually innuended jokes about Tom's nuts. Put Vrabel and Kraft in that commercial, and it's damn near marketing perfection.
Yeah. Why don't we take a bottle of the Good Nut into Orchids of Asia and see what happens?
Here's Diana Rossini for Tom's nut.
Yeah.
So Mike Vrabel yesterday releases a family picture. Or 2 days ago. I guess it was Monday. He's on the right side. His wife's on the left side. The kids are in the middle. And the comment section, I think I might have sent this to you. The comment section is off the chain. talking about how his wife is so disgusted with the stench of Diana Rossini that she can't be near Mike Vrabel. Does he ever live that down?
No. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Bro.
Every chance people get, they will bring it up.
Bro. It's so bad. It is so bad. All right, let's get off of Tom's nuts and get to real quick before we get to the NBA. Jake, we're in the wrong line of work.
I mean, I don't understand. Like, what do I have to do to get handouts like this? Like, what? Like, it's incredible.
Well, okay. So the rumor is that Pat McAfee is negotiating a new contract with ESPN that will pay him $60+ million a year. You got to remember, WWE is an ESPN Plus product.
Mm-hmm.
Pat McAfee. College football, Pat McAfee. College football playoff, Pat McAfee.
NBA
Pat
final
McAfee show, Pat McAfee. Like, he's doing all of this stuff. And I think 60 million is outrageous. They see value in the guy. And I say, hey, if you're Pat McAfee and you get 60 million bucks a year, knock yourself out, kid. Do it. Go for it. I hope you do. I don't watch you. WWE is not good. But does it annoy you? Like, you were so pissed about this when we talked about it the other day.
Why are we getting overloaded with Pat McAfee? Why are you paying this guy $60 million a year? Why is he the guy that
it's obscene money?
Like, I don't know, man. I just have never understood it, dude. Pat McAfee, I guess, is cool on college football, and apparently is now an NBA expert, and apparently can be at the Masters, and apparently can be at literally every.
Would not let him do live at the Masters.
Like, but he would if they would. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just over it. I'm tired of like, I like ESPN's football product overall, but I'm sick and tired of ESPNing everything. Like, I don't need you putting Jason Kelsey at the Masters. I don't need Pat McAfee at the finals.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not interested in WWE. And so maybe it's just me, dude. Maybe I'm the guy on the island that just doesn't like Pat, and that's just what it is. But I'm just so tired of seeing this guy everywhere. Like, it just gets old, man. It gets old. It's way oversaturated. And at some point they will figure out $60 million a year to Pat McAfee isn't getting done what they probably would like it to get done.
Well, I don't know that. I don't think it's probably that math equation. I don't think that's the math equation that they are trying to solve. I think they're trying to keep their demos younger, and he certainly delivers that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he absolutely delivers that. So I listen, I'm not bitter about it. I'm a big believer that if you can make that bread, get that bread. I don't find Pat. I haven't watched Pat's show in a very long time. And the hypocrisy of ESPN is a little rich at this point for me. The politics, the Stephen A stuff now with Donald Trump talking about it on ESPN. You fired people because of that.
Yeah.
So it's a bit much, right? More money for Pat means more for West Virginia. Yeah, he does do that. Isn't it 60 million nachos his salary, but for the production of the show? Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. Could not tell you. Chuck says 60 million is a great nut. Yes, it is.
Yeah, man.
You know. Joey says ESPN laying off another round of employees this year too. Yeah, but I think there's redundancy, and they're beholden to Disney, so they're not laying off. I want to they're not laying off people so they can pay Pat McAfee. Certainly, that's not what's happening. Next time someone says ESPN is doing well financially, quote this contract, then hand them a good nut. That's what I'm saying. Put nut in their hand and see what happens.
Right.
You know, say that's a nut.
Yeah, Phil, I'm sure ESPN will continue raising the fees for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. No, neither do I, Phil. I don't. I've really enjoyed the NBA Finals on ABC and ESPN. Does ESPN have the Stanley Cup final?
Yeah.
I think they do.
They do.
God, that was such a good game last night until it wasn't. The ESPN's live broadcast stuff is tough to beat. Right? If we're being honest, it's really difficult to beat.
It is. Yeah.
You know. And then there is the Knicks and Spurs, game 4 tonight. The Garden, 8:30 ESPN and ABC. Big Daddy Magic would like to talk about some things. The portion of the show where we play Big Daddy Magic videos.
Not James videos.
No, because we don't play James videos. We're biased on this show.
Right.
What makes you think? Because, anyway, let me just make sure.
I don't have ovaries.
Okay.
I don't have ovaries.
Victor Wembanyama was not elite last night.
Yes, he was.
You guys understand that this is a dude who has not found a way to wholly impact the game during the NBA Finals.
My dude's losing his sight.
He's not blocking shots at a large rate. He's not rebounding well. He lost 2 rebounds to Josh Hart last night that are unforgivable.
Well, because Carl Anthony Towns is filling him up like a fucking New York stripper.
Enough to win this series tonight.
Yes, it is.
He's been pretty average, Jim.
No.
I mean, I think they did a poor job finding him last night. No question about it. I think.
Damn right. They should have given him the ball 50 times.
And I think that last night was a must-win for the Spurs. And yes, I agree. The officials.
Well, guess what?
Helped their cause. No doubt.
Wednesday,
But
Victor should have dropped 50 on the fucking bench. Good day.
Good day.
Oh, dude, I have a new accusation. Hold on. We got to hit pause here.
Good day to you,
dude,
sir.
We have a new accusation from Pederass you right here. Check this out.
Oh, God.
You both don't care about the Constitution. Sorsby won legally in court. He can play. So, Monty, now we don't care about the Constitution, and we're just those guys.
Says a guy who supports pedophilia and crimes against children. Good day to you, sir.
Yeah.
Filling up like a New York stripper. I'm just telling you. It's one of the ovaries bomb out of Big Daddy Magic.
I don't have ovaries.
My bad. Whoops. You know.
Whoa, dude.
You know.
Holy crap, bro. Where did that even come from, dude?
Because I said he was having a hysterectomy.
I don't have ovaries.
Bro.
He has said, Big Daddy Magic has said a lot of things on this show. He's never brought up ovaries before.
I don't have ovaries.
He's so pissed, too.
And I agree with the mayor. Filling it up like a New York stripper, even though he can't say Carl Anthony Towns.
The biggest load that we've seen.
Tom Brady. It's just it's an all-timer. And maybe it's apropos today that Oak State James is upset we won't continue to play his 7-second video and BDM drops an ovaries bomb.
I don't have ovaries.
Like it's
Okay, in the comments section, how can you work in an I don't have ovaries reference?
I mean, it's so good. It's so good.
It's
and
incredible.
and he's like, "Good day, sir."
Yeah, it's incredible.
Oh my God. Rock and Rant. The fact that I am part of this community with that man means I might need to seek therapy on a daily basis.
Yes.
You like the crowd we've built up on this show is You think about the characters who have fallen away, angry Australian buddy, like BYU Tanner, like the Frog Father, or I can't remember.
Boss Frog.
Frog.
Yeah.
I miss Boss Frog. Mayor of Monty Town is still here. I'm yelling at my wife next time she wants me to empty the dishwasher. Good day to you, sir.
I don't have ovaries.
Hey, can you do the dishes? Honey, can you do the dishes? I don't have ovaries.
I don't have ovaries.
Dude.
It's just
so
incredible.
crazy, bro. It is so crazy.
Just incredible. Okay, let's talk about the Knicks real quick because then I have to go get a blood test for testosterone.
Come on, dude.
What do you got tonight? The Knicks are going to win this game. The Knicks are going to win this game, and I know the NBA wants a long series, which is the only reason you can explain the officiating in the second half. Should the Knicks have player suspensions? And I largely think Jose Alvarado's a cockroach. Like, I hate that guy. He should not be eligible to play in this game. He came off the bench and clearly was not acting as a peacemaker. Escalated the situation.
Tampering.
Well, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but he clearly escalated the situation. Alvarado should not be playing in this game tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think that the officiating is going both ways in the sense that they clearly favored the Spurs in that game, but things like Alvarado are how they're getting even, I guess, in a sense. And I think that, I don't know, I'm still a little nervous about this game for the Knicks. I want the Knicks to win this game. They should win this game, but it would be very Knick to lose this game and have a 2-2 series headed back to San Antonio. That would be
you can't have that.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I'm a little bit worried about is there is no Donnie in the building tonight, no egregious security, none of that crap.
Parties outside.
Yeah, like parties outside. So like the vibe should be really good, but I don't know. I just have this bad feeling that we're gonna get something out of Victor tonight that I just think will be able to overcome. And I feel like this is going to be a long series. The officiating will be the same. They want the Spurs to win this game. The league does. That's my concern. But if you're the Knicks, no doubt about it, you need to run the ball through Karl-Anthony Towns. We need to get away from Jalen Brunson hero ball, and you need to establish Karl-Anthony Towns in this game early and often, and then work pick and roll with Jalen. Get the passing game going. That's what brought you success in San Antonio, and you need to get back to that.
Yeah. Are the San Antonio Spurs a dirty team?
It's borderline. I mean, if you're going to call a team dirty, you're basically saying that they are being physical to the point where they're trying to hurt you. Basically, it's not just being physical inside the game. It's, hey, I'm like trying to cause injury here. I'm not quite convinced they're trying to cause injury, but I do think that they're playing extremely physical and they're trying to intimidate the Knicks.
Yeah, I think you're Victor Wembanyama. That should have been a flagrant foul,
no question.
Yeah, this game is going to be very interesting. I like the Knicks tonight. You can't tell me they're losing with Stabler and Benson being there. You can't tell me they're losing 2 in a row.
Well,
Frisky Mariski.
Yeah, I mean, again, the Knicks should win this game, but I'm just telling you, this is not a gimme. This is not.
SVU's a great show, Jake.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I don't have ovaries.
So, I just think it is what it is.
I'm still here in it for the long haul, and I appreciate that. Yeah. Losing Tanner was a damn shame. The Super Soaker got him. It did. Yeah, people hated that. He hated that.
He hated that. People loved it.
People loved it. He hated it. He did. Even if the Knicks win this, the NBA can have the Spurs win at home and the Knicks will win at home in Game 6. Would work out nicely. I think so. Hey, Monty show. Oh, you changed the picture back. Okay. The other one, the beard was more epic in the other one. I'm not affiliated with the site, but while watching some episodes, I think it would be something you enjoy. YouTube channel, Roca News. Okay. I am only focused on watching real estate test questions right now. Man, I better pass that test. The stress is real. Yeah, so I'm getting a testosterone test today.
Just cause or what?
Well, I'm 76 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I just want to see where my testosterone levels are at.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked my doctor to order a testosterone draw. So guys like you don't ever go to the doctor. When's the last time you went to the doctor, Jake? How long's it been? Years?
Yeah, I mean like 2 years maybe. It hasn't been that long. It hasn't been like 5 years or 7 years. I think it's been 2 years. I went to the doctor while I lived in Riverton.
Okay.
And so yeah.
Just a general,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll see we'll see how the testosterone goes.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll go fine, dude.
Testosterone test pre or post cherry blaster. Those days are over now.
Yeah, those days have been over, dude.
Yeah, we're
Definitely.
phone pulling again.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
We're phone pulling.
Yeah, it's totally fine. The track is back on track.
Yeah. Yeah, the cherries. My wife's the one who's been sick for like 2 weeks.
That's tough.
Yeah, she's been going through it. But no, I feel good. The funny thing is getting up at 3:50 every day sucks. Like it makes you feel tired. And then on top of that, trying to study to get a real estate license on top of 3:50 a.m., on top of doing the show, on top of it just feels like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like a lot. The real estate stuff's pretty straightforward, though. The funny thing is, you want to talk about conflict of interest. So you have to sign up with this specific service where you go into, you can take it at home. It's called online proctoring, or you can go into a site. Well, I'm taking a Hawaii real estate exam. So they happen to have a testing center 20 minutes north of me. So I'm actually going to go in and take a test. But one of the things that's interesting about it is you sign up for this test and they're like, okay, well, hey, how about we sell you this study packet and a sample test that very closely mirrors the test and the questions you'll be taking, all for the low price of $80.
Mm-hmm.
That feels like a conflict of interest to me.
Why?
I mean, it makes sense, but I don't know. It just feels like kind of a conflict that the place that's administering the test is selling you questions.
Yeah,
so,
under the guise that they're practice questions, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
And they're good. They're good, dude.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, the way you pass a real estate test, it's not memorization, it's understanding.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand core concepts. Because you can, if I said to you, what is, can a married couple take ownership in entirety? No, they can't. Can they take it in joint tenancy? Yes. What is, you have to understand the concept. What is title versus what is a deed? Right? Title is actual ownership of property. A deed is not actual ownership, right? It's the instrument of ownership. It's not actually ownership. Title, when they say title to a piece of real estate or a house or whatever, title's not an actual document. It's a concept, right? That's ownership. A deed is an actual piece of paper that you record, right? And it's got covenants on whatever. You have to understand the concept. It's not enough to know what a deed is. You have to understand how it works.
Right.
It's not enough to understand what severalty is or what novation versus assignment is. You can say, hey, I know what the word novation means and what the word assignment means, but you have to understand the concept. And they write the questions to trick you. And it's just, It is, yeah. Assmaster 5000 guy is a classic. Eat some cherries. You can be that guy too.
Mm-hmm.
You can be that guy too.
Yeah.
All right. Off to get stuck by a needle. We will be back tomorrow. Full recap of Game 4 with the Knicks and the Spurs. Also, the fallout from Brendan Sorsby will continue. The Big Ten and the SEC are meeting today to talk about it. As our Big 12 president, we'll have full reaction to that. As always, the Monty Show presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. 24/7, 365, and you never reach into your pocket to pay the advocates because you don't pay the advocates unless and until they win your case. Until tomorrow, say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.